All right, thank you, Gloria. So quickly, for this presentation today, Harvard offers a lot of wonderful tools and services, but we're just going to go over briefly some of the ones that we consider essential that will help you get started using the Harvard libraries today, as soon as this meeting ends, maybe during as well. We're going to save the Q&A for after the session, and that will not be recorded. So please make sure to put your questions in the chat, or if you'd like, just write them down, and we're happy to get to them in about 15, 20 minutes. But if there's no immediate questions, which I'm not sure, we're going to jump right in. As Gloria said, I work in the research services team. I'm the research librarian. So I'm very excited to show you some of the stuff that's very useful to our students. I'm going to now share my screen so we can get started. And then what you should see now is, if Alex and Gloria can confirm, you see the theories and methods homepage. So the very first thing that I'd like to show you today is about your course readings or your course reserves. So Harvard librarians work with your faculty and instructors to help provide you with access to your course-related material. And even better, these resources are integrated into your Canvas course sites, so they're pretty easy to get to. The example we'll be looking at today is something that will impact a lot of you, which is the Theories and Methods course. This layout may look familiar because of the Canvas orientation site, so that's good. But right now I see I'm in the home page for the Theories and Methods course. And so to access my course reserves, I just go right here to the left-hand side, and I'm going to click on Library Reserves. And it's going to work the same for any class that you take. So now what pops up, what we're looking at, is a list of course readings. Some of the material you'll see online access, and you'll just be able to click to it. And if there's a physical copy, it's going to tell you how to locate that material. So it's a pretty convenient way to locate your course readings. Quick note, something to keep in mind is just like when a physical item is on reserve and it's checked out to a particular student for, let's say, 3 hours, sometimes our digital sources work the same way as well. So if you go to online access and it says, I don't know, max users or 3 users, you may have to wait a couple hours to then log in and see if you can access that resource then. We do try to find the most generous licenses possible, but when working with publishers, sometimes they put limits like that. So just my advice, my takeaway is just, it's up to you when you want to do your course readings, but I would recommend gathering your readings maybe a couple weeks ahead of time. So that way, if anybody has an item checked out, either in person or digitally, you have some time to later go in and access it and download it or screenshot it, whatever works for you. So again, this is just one of the ways that we try to, save you costs and work with your instructors to provide you the resources that you need. A similar tool we have that's really great at providing resources to you is Hollis. So Alex, my wonderful colleague, is going to put a link in the chat to what we're looking at, hollis.harvard.edu. So what's Hollis? What are we looking at? In short, Hollis is Harvard Library's catalog. But Hollis is actually much more than a place to go to tell you if a book is on the shelf. It definitely does that. It is here to do things like that. But Hollis is also a portal or a place to go to discover resources for your research and your interests. Before we even do a quick search right here in this search bar, I want to draw your attention right here to the my name, where you see my name. And you might see sign in if you're not signed in. Always make sure you sign into Hollis. If there's one takeaway from Hollis, it's that it's worth the effort to always sign in. Why? A couple reasons. First and foremost, you're going to be able to access all the material when you do a search. So believe it or not, if you're not signed in, you put something into Hollis, you will get results, but you won't get everything, because some publishers and companies that we work with, they don't want it shown to the world. So when you sign in, you're going to be able to get full access. So just take advantage of that and always do the extra step of signing in. Couple other reasons. You'll be able to manage your library account. So from here, I could see my loans, my requests, my settings. You'll also be able to save favorites, either particular items or search strings, and you can search your history. So if there's, a search that you did maybe a couple days ago that was super helpful, you can go back and find it and recreate it. So always sign in. It's very useful. And so now I'm just going to do quick practice search so you can understand what the Hollis results will look like. So let's say I'm writing a paper on liberation theology. So I'm just going to put that in here. And I get an article, I get a journal, I get a book. I see that I actually get 142,000 results. So Hollis is a pretty mega tool that will pull in a lot of things. Now, there's a couple ways you can go about if you don't feel like searching 142,000 items, which I don't blame you. First thing you could do is obviously keywords, and, whatever else you would like to search to narrow it down. But I want to draw your attention to the filters. Filters on any platform are going to be useful to help narrow down your results. So from here, I could narrow it down by the resource type if I'm only interested in articles or book chapters. You could do a language too, if there's a particular language that you're interested, or a form or a genre. The point is that filters are there to help you narrow down a very broad search. So that way you don't have to scope through too many items. So that's very useful. So as you can tell, Hollis pulls in many things. But believe it or not, Hollis doesn't have everything that we have available to you. As a matter of fact, our most important religion databases, which contain a lot of relevant and reliable information in the study of religion and theology, they don't share information with Hollis. So to remedy that, I'm going to show you our next wonderful essential tool / service. So Alex will now put in the chat the link. We'll put a link in the chat to the webpage we are now looking at, which is the HDS library homepage. You'll notice first this big search bar to Hollis. So, we have Hollis conveniently located on our homepage. You could do a quick search here and it would bring you to a similar page as this. But what we also have is this tab right next to it called Religion Databases Cross Search. And so what this is subject expert librarians have gone in and gathered a broad range of important religion databases that you can search. So when I put in my search term, it's going to be searching prominent religion databases that will cover thousands of scholarly publications, and not all that content will be in Hollis. So it's very important to complement your Hollis searches with databases and search engines like these. So I'm just going to do a quick example. I'm going to do liberation theology again, because that's what my paper's on. So I'm going to go to search. And then again, my results are pulled up. I notice some articles. If I keep on scrolling, I notice I have 13,000 results. So again, I'm going to turn to my filters to help refine my results to see what I'm looking for. Maybe just peer-reviewed content. That's what my professor wants. Again, language, if that's important, or a particular databases, because remember, we're searching many at one time right now. Or again, you can use other keywords in these search fields as well. But the important thing to note is that, it's important to search Hollis, and it's important to understand that you also have to search elsewhere to get the full breadth of what we have available to you. So on that same note, well, you think, wow, 142,000 results there, 13,000 here. What else do you need? Well, actually, we have even more available to you. And so I'm going to show you the Harvard Library databases homepage. That chat is now going, excuse me, that link is now going in the chat. Thank you, Alex. So, like I said, we have even more specialized databases that can be accessed that are available to you. Here's the homepage for that. I see I have a search bar here. So if you know of a particular database you're interested in, you can go ahead and type it right in and, click find databases. But if you also have a particular discipline or subject you're interested, like let's say you want to check out anthropology because you do anthropology of religion or history, you can also enter those subject terms. Even more, you can enter by type of material. So, if I'm in a class that does American religious history and I want to look at 19th century newspapers, I can put in newspapers right here, and then a list of newspaper databases will appear. So it's really convenient for locating particular type of material. But we're actually not going to do a search. I'm going to draw your attention down here. And so what we're now looking at are various disciplines, and similar to religion databases cross-search, subject expert librarians have gone in and categorized databases that they thought would be useful under the various disciplines. So I see African American studies, I see anthropology and archaeology, I see history. If I scroll all the way down, I'll see religion. So I'm going to go ahead and click on religion. And now what comes up are individual databases that could be useful to my project. But if I scroll up, I'll have my religion databases cross-search. So we know that now. But then I notice right here on the left-hand side, this Harvard Divinity School Library key databases. So I'm going to click on that and explain that a bit. That link Alex is going to put in the chat. So you can either follow along by linking to it through the Harvard Library databases or just grab that link from the chat. So we've went a step further and we've actually helped categorize various databases to align specifically with the HDS curriculum. So these may look familiar to you, these sort of areas of focus. I am going to just click on one so you can see what when I was here, I did Religions of the Americas. So I'm going to click on that. And so I see relevant databases to that particular area of focus. So I see some article databases I could search. I see some ebooks and e-texts. If I scroll down here, I see news media. So I see those historical newspapers. If I click read more, I know I'll get the title and I'll get a little information about what's covered in that database. So that's going to be helpful if I need to figure out, well, actually, is it going to be worth it to search in here? And then underneath that, you'll also see a link to the resource. So you can click on it and then gain the access right there. You may have to sign in with your Harvard key, but that's it. It should pop right up, that content. So again, we've tried our best to categorize these databases so they can easily be accessible to you. So we've looked at a lot of great content that we provide through Harvard Library websites. But what if you're just searching the web and you want to get a hold of material? We actually have a great tool that can help you locate when, or let you know when Harvard has purchased material or subscribed to material already, so you don't have to pay for it. So this is when you're just on the internet searching for stuff. So the tool is Lean Library. And what it is, it's an extension that will live in your browser and it will notify you when Harvard has the material that you're interested in. So it's really convenient. I'll show you just a quick example of how this works. I'm going to go to Google. So I'm in a class. My professor told me to look up the book, Politics of Piety. She said to read it. So I click on it, and then I'll see right here, well, okay, I'm probably just going to buy it from Amazon, not thinking twice. And so I'm reading about it, I'm checking it out, and then boom, I get this notification right here on the right-hand side that there's an ebook alternative available through Harvard Library. So because I have Lean Library installed and it's always working in the background, it's letting me know, hey, you don't got to pay for this. We've already covered it for you. So I'm going to click on that just to check it out. And now what appears is the ebook that we have available to us currently through Project Muse. So no need to pay for it. I can, download the chapters and save them and read them when I can. So it's just a really, really convenient tool that we recommend that you have so that way you don't have to pay for material as you look for sources on the web. Another great service that we provide is going to be scan and deliver. Again, we're trying to make things as convenient as possible for you. So let's say you can't make it to the library, either because you're out of town and you're sick, but you can actually still get material. What scan and deliver is, it's an electronic document delivery service available to you to receive scans of a journal article or a book chapter, and it'll go straight into your inbox. So no need to have to pay for it, or, no need to feel like you have to come in. Let me show you how it works. This one is embedded into Hollis already. So right now I have a request that I'm looking at. So I did my liberation theology search. And so here I see the book title, I see the record, I see some details about the item, and I see, oh, you know what? I really want, I don't know. Let's see, the cognitive nature of the liberation paradigm. Let's say that's the chapter I want. So if I scroll down here under access options, I'm going to see scan and deliver book chapter. So that's what I'm going to want to click on. It may ask me to sign in with my hierarchy. Okay, so it knew I was signed in. And so now what's loaded is the scan and deliver request page. And you will see some things have already been populated, like the book title and the book author. So all you need to do is go in and add as much information as you can. That really helps our colleagues process these requests. So chapter title, pages to be scanned. And then if you scroll to the bottom, you'll just see submit request. And like that, they'll receive it. They'll notify you if they have any questions, but they'll process it, and the scan should be in your inbox typically within 4 business days. So again, another convenient way that we're hoping to get material into your hands. So we've covered a lot so far about how to get a lot of material, either through Lean Library when you're searching the web, scan and deliver, Hollis, or databases. But now, how do you store that material? How do you best keep that material, organize it, cite it, read it? So now we're going to turn to Zotero. And Zotero is hopefully going to be the answer that helps solve that. So Zotero is a research management software. And like I said, you can help store your references and citations in it. You can keep your PDFs and read them and highlight them in it. And it also helps easily create in-text citations and bibliographies if you keep track of the information about the particular item. So it's a very convenient software that we highly recommend students use. Alex will now put a link into the chat for this. And it gives great instructions for download and installation. Highly recommend doing the recommended setup as well. But most of all, this could be daunting. There's a lot to cover. We actually offer classes of how to get started using Zotero. I actually teach them, so I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. But so I teach a couple classes with my colleagues, and we have wonderful people that teach these classes from other libraries as well. So definitely keep a lookout on this page if you want to get started using Zotero. One recommendation I have is that you start using it sooner rather than later, just in terms of downloading it, entering things into your Zotero library, because the more comfortable you become with it now, the easier it'll be when it's time to write your papers to include those citations, create those bibliographies in like 10 seconds. Like it's really, it'll just make it the whole semester go much easier. But we definitely recommend using it. All right, my last spiel is not about a tool, not about a service, but about people actually. So we're going to return to the Harvard Divinity School Library homepage. We now see our beloved Hollis and religion databases cross search, which we'll all use now. But then we also see this Ask Us. So if I click on that tab, I'll see some search FAQs. But what I want you to really pay attention to is this Get Personalized Help. So, we've done this presentation to help you get started, but we also want to do this presentation so you can come to know us and turn to us throughout your time here and to ask your questions. So this is how you're going to reach out to us, to your research librarians. You can either just email us a simple question or, or any question, or you could schedule a research appointment. And I just want to say that, if you think, well, I don't know if that's their department, if that's the work, if they can give me the answer, or if you think, I don't know if they cover that language, or, my paper's a little out there. We fortunately get to work very closely with our colleagues in various departments and research librarians at various libraries with various expertise and language skills. And so we can absolutely connect you to the right person, or like I said, to the right department. So please, more than anything, always remember they can reach out to us starting tomorrow and, the day before you graduate and everywhere in between. And we hope that you do. We really hope you do, because we're here for you, for the community, and to serve our students. And so with that, I'm just going to now bring up a PowerPoint. I know I said my last spiel, but this is truly my last spiel, is that we hope that you will. Can everyone now see a water bottle? A beautiful water bottle? Great. So, we did this part to help you get started using our online and digital resources and learning about the online tools. But we actually will be be part of the campus tours come orientation week. And we highly, highly recommend them because you'll get to tour the library and see where everything is and learn more about getting started. And B, you get a free water bottle. And is that not a beautiful water bottle? So we hope that you do make time to come visit us on a campus tour and get your free water bottle. And then lastly, we hope you follow us on social media. So we have active Instagram and active Facebook, active Twitter. I mean, look at this. Emerson is Barbie. How could you not? So please follow us on social media. We always send updates and fun stuff from the library. So please check us out. All right, well, thank you. And with that, we're going to stop the recording and get started on the Q&A. So thank you.